the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, James. Hey, Sassy Francis. Welcome. Hey, Miss Coffee. Y'all, I swear, make sure you take your morning medicine now. This is a morning medicine reminder to take your morning medication so you won't be like me with the ADHD and forget to take it. So I saw that Lemon had his live last night. Now, Queen Tulsa, I gotta ask you, what was you doing up there with the neck brace on? I gotta ask what that neck brace is for. I don't know, but then Lemon and Krista are still talking about on there. They said they didn't really want to talk about their relationship and how they're building it, but Lemon did say that he was he said that he didn't want to talk about it, their relationship and all that, but he did watch everything Krista was on yesterday. And shout out to Lemon for watching my live. Thank you. You could have hit that link. I'm just saying, I ain't got nothing against you, Lemon Lime, as Jay Dunn would say, my Jay Dizzle. This morning, I do have to make a morning announcement. I'm not going to be live as long as I usually am. I'm still going to do my live, but I do have to go take care of my parents. Today is their bill day. I do all of their things for them. I go pay their bills. I do their money management. I take care of all that for them. And I think, anybody who does, that's why, a lot of people don't understand where my heart is with Miss Lolo, but that's where it's at. It's like she takes care of her mother. She does all that. So today, we all know the beefs that are going on right this second. And I will say the situation with the pictures, because I missed where that came from, I don't know exactly what's going on with all that. The picture situation, Picturegate, as they're going to call it nowadays. I really don't know all of what's going on with that. I will say that K-Fit, babe, just keep your head up. People assume that I don't like people because people that I love don't like people, right? Or they may not like me. But I like a lot of people who, and it does dishearten me when I've done nothing, but it makes me feel unwelcome to be there. So that's the only thing I'm going to say about that. So, yeah, I still watch from the bushes. I still give a like. You know, I'm that supportive person. That's just who I am. I did not get to talk about King Roman's yesterday, his challenge that he did with the impersonation challenge, because, you know, I had that conversation with Miss Just Krista, so I didn't get an opportunity to talk about that like I wanted. I just got to talk about the Western challenge and the pizza challenge a little bit. But basically, I loved my Miss Pizarro won, but I believe she should have. When she came in, okay, the honest road thing, that was fine. But when she came in with the Truth Enterprise and did the juke joint, she sounded so much. She did such a great job changing her voice to sound just like Truth Enterprise. Like, I could have thought I was up in the Truth Enterprise's bushes. Juke joint, how you doing, Juke joint? I love when she does that. Truth, if you're in the clouds, just know that I do cloud watch you. I do cloud watch and have for a long time. You know that. I cloud watch a lot of folk. They just don't know I'm there, but I'm there, right? But yeah, I did love her impersonations. There was a lot of funny impersonation up there. Miss M. Bernadette was she did Jay Dunn and somebody else, and then it was a really fun time. I like the impersonation challenge. I think it's all in good fun and not. It can, like, you know, back in the day, the beef sector used to do skits, right? And I loved the skits back in the day, the old school beef sector. Hey, why Tanya? Hi, good morning. Good morning, Dwayne Williams. Dwayne Williams, the impersonation challenge at one time, it was on KRN, King Roman News. It was on his thing. I'm talking about how that kind of reminds me of old school beef sector. The older beef sector used to do skits, right? And so that makes me, it reminds me of that in a way where it's good, clean fun, and you're kind of picking at each other, you're kind of playing, but it's not to the point of, you know, being vicious or stuff like that. It's just fun, right? I liked the old school beef sector way when they used to do that. That was fun. And then, you know, we have coming up this Friday, if y'all don't know this, Duchess Kelly Love. Let me go grab his channel link right quick because I'm going to drop it in the chat. Duchess Kelly Love is doing a contest, and so far the pot is at, let me make sure I put Duchess. The pot is at $120. Okay, it's going to be, you know, finish the line. So basically, he's going to give you music, right? And when the music stops, you have to finish the line of whatever the song was, right? So let's say it's if you don't know me by now, music cuts, right? And then you'll have to sing, you will never, never, never know me. No, you won't. So you'll have to finish the end of the song, right? And it could be any song of his choosing. He's doing that this Friday. The pot right now is at 120. If you want to donate to his pot, on my community wall, I did share a post for that specifically. Please subscribe to his channel. Let me go to my community wall post because I do have his Cash App over there. I want to make sure, because he's trying to make sure his pot grows, you know, make sure that I support everybody equally, because we know I love doing that. Let's go to my channel, go to my post. All right. Let's scroll down. I got to go all the way down, y'all. Woo. Oh, there it is. And make sure I posted the correct link for his channel, too, because you never know. Let me copy that and make sure that I did get the correct channel, because, you know, yes, I did. Okay. So I was just making sure, didn't want to, drop something that's wrong. Hey, good morning, Chantel. This is Duchess Kelly Love's Cash App. And put in the description box WTNL so he'll know for what's the next line is the name of his competition if you wanted to add to his pot. That's for Duchess Kelly Love. He's doing that this Friday. And then I do know that sometime this month, Lola will be doing her Halloween competition. We know Lady Nika does her Halloween competition every year. I'm not sure if Ness is going to do hers this year or not. I've not heard her say that yet. I do know that also Miss Bizarro has been talking about doing, Miss Intel is talking about doing a neck bones challenge and possibly some other stuff. So keep an eye on her channel. She does pop-ups a lot. She does the pop-up channels like the pop-up dance challenge that she just did. She does that quite often, just for the fun of it. So we always have something going on here in the sector, and we have our beefs. We know who's beefing. We know what's going on. Right now, the beef is everybody's at question, the Lemon and Krista situation because they're supposedly talking behind the scenes and really getting together. It was not a play. She was playing about MV. That was cleared up yesterday. She was joking with MV. That was never for them two to be together. She was trying to bring kind of like bringing controversy to, one up him so that when he did his For the Love of MV, it brought people in. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where she's coming from that. Like you're trying to bring all that. Then Creole Butterfly, it is not this weekend. It's next weekend on the 12th. She's doing a loaded toast challenge. She's been promoting this loaded toast challenge now for a couple of weeks. She's been doing it since last month, actually, or maybe before then, because I helped her make her flyer. When she told me her idea, I was like, yeah, just give me some ideas of what you want. And I helped her make her flyer or whatnot for it. So she's going to be doing the loaded toast challenge. Prizes will be announced on the day of. So that's another person who's doing challenge. And Miss Dovey, aren't you doing the pumpkin carving thing coming up and all the kids are invited and everything so the sector can have fun? Miss Dovey does. She's going to be doing, so make sure you pay attention to her channel, Miss Dovey. She's going to be doing pumpkin carving. So we're going to have a lot of good things going on in the month of October. I will be covering the case. It's supposed to start in October where the lady put her husband in a suitcase and then she tried to, represent herself. That didn't go so well. So they got a new trial date. That is coming up. As soon as that starts, we will be covering that case to see what happens, to see what goes on with her. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually going to do a prerequisite before the case starts to do that. I did talk to some other mods the other day. Okay. The end of the week would be better for you? Okay. So we'll work on that Friday if possible, Mr. Rob, and do the reach one, teach one, and talk to the people about internet safety. Because Mr. Rob knows a lot about internet safety. He knows how to use Kali Linux. And then I did talk to, I've been talking to people and putting it out in the atmosphere. I'm hoping that all the mods can hear it. I'm going to make a post about it. Oh, Miss W said her second annual pumpkin carving contest will be October the 12th. All kids are welcome, friends and family day. So it's just going to be a fun day for everybody to come around and do their stuff, right? I did put this out in the atmosphere, and I think it would be a great conversation. Everybody in the beef sector and even, black sector and Mo3 sector mods are available who's moderated in this area, right? I want to have like a special show where mods come up who have moderated, right, and tell their side and what they go through as a moderator. right? Like a behind the scenes look at what moderators do, what they go through. Let's say, you know, I've been blocked before in other people's chats just for moderating for another person, right? When I got doxxed both times, it was before I ever became a content creator. You know, me and one person, we cool. They know who they are. I ain't even go there. They know that's my boo thing. Yes, I made cool with one of them, so don't be hating. The other one, we decided to cease fire on each other. So we came to a conclusion. They took down their post. I took down mine. You know, we did a ceasefire. We agreed to disagree. They went their way. I went mine. So, you know, I do know the people who did it. Oh, yes. Mr. Rob, I believe if you look, let me make sure I'm right on this. You can look. I'll send, you got ZX's, I'll send, ZX has my email. Tell him that way you don't have to put it in the chat. Tell Mr. ZX to hand you the email that I gave him. That way you don't have to put yours in the chat at all. That way you're safe. You know what I'm saying? King ZX emailed me the situation that was going around with that email that time. So he has my email address. You can get it from him. It's not a big secret. It's an email address. You know, I don't want you to get in any kind of mess whatsoever. Yeah, so you can get it from Mr. King ZX. That's the email that I use for most business, right? Or on here, because it's a throwaway email. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Rob? Anyway. But so we have all that coming up. I was also thinking, since it's spooky October, right, that we will start looking into like court cases or cases that have something to do with the paranormal, right? So we get a little bit of spooktacularness with our cases, right? You know, some people love that. Some don't. Good morning, sweet tea. But yeah, a little bit of spooktacular with our cases, right? Now I will be covering, I'm going to go over, I know a lot of people know the case, the Long Island serial killer. Also, I have pulled up the Harmony Montgomery case, you know, and I was going to, we're going to go over that, right? The Harmony Montgomery case. But I was talking about doing the Long Island one because my husband's from there, and I've actually drove by that beach while he was still out of jail, y'all. While he was still out of jail, I'm like, dude, I drove right by it. I wonder if there was anybody's there when I was there. That's crazy to think about, that you could be living right next door to one or go right down the street and not realize that, right? And it took them years to catch this man. You know, that's like there's they finally caught some of the what was his name? He was out for many, many years. They caught him in his 80s. What was his name? They gave him a specific name, and I got to look it up right quick. He was a notorious one. They finally caught him. So let me look around here. Also, oh, we could go over Jack the Ripper or H.H. Holmes, because you know that there's a lot of horror movies that are based on that, right? What did they call him? I forgot his name, but it took him until he was in his 80s to catch him. And he was, what was it, the alphabet or something? Anyway, you know how they give them names. So yeah, we're going to go over a lot of that this month, being October. I am going to try to stay abreast on the beef sector news you can use, right? And if anything goes down. Now, I will say over in the Mo3 sector, I've been trying to keep up. There's a lot going on. Lady Wu, some people are stating that She said she lied, and Kareem posted pictures on his wall, Kareem the trucker, stating that Lady Wu beat him up and he had to run away. So I did want to put that out there where we covered it when she came out and said what she said. I want to be fair to both. Lady Wu knows I love her. I don't want to be unfair to either party. That's just me. Also, let me see. Let's see. He had posted pictures, and then Brandon yesterday was roasting Mink Mob, and he had a supposed picture of her mother up, and he was going after Aisha again. So Aisha and Brandon's beef is still a thing and whatnot. And then I will state that Sirius Bayless was in Miss Olivia's the other day, and she said they used to laugh about me getting blocked back in the day. Yeah, I wasn't. That was before I became, part of the group. I consider that part of my, whatever you want to call it back then. I wasn't friends with VS back then. So her and Sirius probably were making fun of me. And I didn't hold it against Sirius nor VS. And that was like, and even if they did, even if you did VS, you didn't know me back then. Neither did Sirius. Neither one of you knew me. I was just a hang around at that point. I was just a supporter. What the crap? That we were not friends back then. So it doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter anyway. And people say, yeah, she's gonna whatever. Here's the thing. I've had people really do that, and I'm gonna say this: I don't care. It don't bother me like that. I know, right? I didn't even have a presence. I wasn't big enough to beat anybody back then. I'm gonna tell you what. I remember when we used to have the TSCC only lives, right? And you would get blocked if you popped down and chat. Miss Crystal Salters is the one that always told me to go my little white tail back to the clouds. She did. She'd always tell me that. It was Miss Crystal and a few others. And they all loved me and I loved them, but I knew the rules. I knew the regulations, right? And I'd pop in and not realize it and go, oh, you need to go to the chat, go to the clouds, Charlie, go to the clouds. I'm like, okay. And that was before, I got accepted into the group or whatnot. But why would I be mad about that situation? Now, even if two other people are talking, I don't want to know what y'all talking about. That's your personal business. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But people are going to say what they want to say. Just leave me out of it. That's all I got to say. Shoot. Leave me alone. I'm going to start pulling the thing, y'all. I'm going to start saying the thing. Leave me alone. I forgot who did that. But anyway. So that was a thing. And then, I'm looking who else. Who was I looking at? Who was? Oh, I was in. Okay. Hey, Life with Jamila. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Yawanda. Good morning. Hey, Rodney. Good morning. But yeah, no, I don't care about that situation. So I figured since I can't be live extremely long today because I do have to go help my parents, I have to help pay their bills and get their money situation situated, that we would go after, because one of the subbies and one of my beautiful papers has been asking about the Harmony Montgomery case. She asked about it, so I put it on the docket for us to speak about it. I did hear, though, if y'all haven't heard over there at Lemons, I know that some of y'all are just coming in. I'm going to repeat myself, which I normally don't do, but Lemons stated that him and Krista are not going to be talking about their relationship like that. It's their business. But they are really talking. This is not a play. That's what they said. But they don't want to, talk about their relationship and to try to keep it off the YouTube streets. Lemon was watching everybody yesterday when Krista was hitting all the links. Krista called herself semi like, promoting Lemon. Because around here, and this is God honest truth, she's not wrong on this one simple fact. Controversy does bring numbers, right? So if she can make people want to know what Lemon's going to say, she could pop up on everybody's panel, and all the people are going to want to go to Lemon's that night to figure out what he's going to say. So she's right about that. Hey, Miss Liz. Now, I did hear that Simon, you're going to get your little self in trouble messing around up there now. I will give Lemon credit. He did tell people to slow down. Where you were talking about, he did tell people to slow down on Krista. Jay Dizzle, and he took up for Jay Dizzle when Simon was trying to talk to her in an uncouth manner for a straight male to talk to a lesbian lady. He told her to, don't do that stuff. Or told Simon, don't do that stuff to Jay Dunn. She's not into men. Don't talk that way. So he did, I did see him do that this morning. I saw Queen Tulsa with the neck brace, and I don't know who the heck that new dude it was that was on his panel. Does anybody know who that person was? I missed their introduction. We have some new people popping up here and there. And, also, whose birthday was it? There was somebody's birthday. Creole Butterfly just had a birthday the other day. So happy birthday to Creole Butterfly. Happy birthday to everybody that's having one this week or last week. I always try to make sure I don't miss nobody's birthday. And if I do, charge it to, there was a lot going on. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and present screen. And we're going to talk about this case and see what's going on. And y'all can add y'all's input because this one's, it was, no, that wasn't conscious energy, was it? Oh, Lord, sweet baby Jesus. Miss Catherine, I didn't know who that was. I didn't know who that was with the okay. Hey, Q. Good morning, beautiful. Oh, my God, Miss Catherine. Good morning. We're going to go over here, and this is the start of the Harmony Montgomery case. Now, this page has a lot of, hey, Miss LaKendra. Oh, he was arguing with JD about the race of his wife. Look, I got to say this one thing before we get on this case. Bruh, just chill. Calm down. It's okay. Jay Dizzle she gonna get you. She is. I love my Jay Dizzle. But calm down. Just breathe. I tell that to anybody. Just remain calm. Hey, Kenya. Good morning. Always love. You know it. Conscious energy. Look, you gonna have people that don't like you, and you got people that like you. It is what it is. Just keep doing what you do. Jay Dizzle, I love you, girl. I like everybody. So, I'm not trying. Well, he hasn't done anything yet that would cause me to go, nah, like you like that. Right. It takes a lot to get me to that point. Happy October, y'all. It's going to be spooky, spectacular October. Coming up, I am going to be doing some spooky paranormal things. Woo. Yeah, I do believe he loves who he loves. But it's like this, Miss Catherine. I can't tell Jay Dizzle how to fight. Can't tell Conscious Energy how to fight, right? I cannot tell either how to handle each other. Like when somebody knows it's a sore spot for you, they're going to keep picking at it, right? If they know it, and they know with him that's a sore spot. So that's why they're going to continue. And, to do that, I don't believe innocent people should be put in it. But, I can't tell anybody else how to fight. I can't. When somebody else does what they do, that's their option. It's not my, thing. But we're going to go over here to this case. They got a lot of ads on this one, y'all. Man on trial in Illing, a 5-year-old daughter, said he hated her right to his core, friends say. A New Hampshire man accused of illing his 5-year-old daughter said he hated the girl right to his core because she reminded him of her mother, a friend of his testified Tuesday. Rebecca Maines, who is in prison for a parole violation, testified that Adam Montgomery told her in the summer of 2021 that he had been trying to see his daughter, Harmony Montgomery, since 2019. When he dropped her off to be with her mother because he said she was having bathroom accidents on purpose. Even though Adam Montgomery had been granted legal custody of the girl months before she vanished, Maines testified that he had told her that Harmony's mother wouldn't allow him to visit her. Authorities believe Montgomery illed the girl on December 7th, 2019, but she wasn't reported missing until nearly 2 years later. Harmony's body has not been found. Adam Montgomery pled not guilty to second-degree murder in 2022 and proclaimed in court last year in an unrelated case that he did not ill his daughter and loved her unconditionally. As his trial got underway in Manchester on February the 7th, defense attorneys acknowledged he is guilty of 2 lesser charges he faces: falsifying evidence and abusing a corpse. But they said he did not ill Harmony and instead suggested she actually died on December 6th while alone with her stepmother, Kayla Montgomery, who is Adam's estranged wife. Adam Montgomery, who is serving 30 years prison sentence for an unrelated gun conviction, hasn't been attending his trial. Prosecutors rested Tuesday, and the defense is scheduled to present its case on Wednesday. Maines, who described Montgomery at one point as her best friend, also testified about an incident that happened before he said he took Harmony to her mother. She said he told her he backhanded his daughter after seeing her put her hand over her young brother's lips and nose. In earlier testimony, Adam Montgomery's uncle testified that he saw Harmony with a black eye at the family home in 2019, and that Adam told him he bashed her around the house after seeing her put her hands on her brother. During cross-examination, Maines was asked about her criminal record from 2014 to 2019, which includes theft and fraud convictions. She is scheduled for a parole hearing in April, but also faces several pending charges. I'm a criminal. I don't have a problem telling you that, Maines testified. She also said that she was in treatment for substance abuse when asked about missing a court appearance for her case. Defense attorneys also suggest that Maines was trying to better her legal situation by testifying. She denied making or asking for any promises about her pending charges in exchange for testimony. Adam Montgomery and Crystal Sorey, Harmony's mother, were not in a relationship when Harmony was born in 2014. The child lived on and off with foster families and her mother. Crystal Sorey lost custody of Harmony in 2018, and Adam Montgomery was awarded custody in February of 2019. Sorey testified that she last saw her daughter during a FaceTime call around Easter of that year. Kayla Montgomery has been the star witness against her estranged husband. She is serving an 18-month prison sentence after pleading guilty to perjury for lying during grand jury testimony about where she was when Harmony was last seen. She was not given immunity, but she acknowledged to defense lawyers that she hasn't faced further consequences for inconsistencies in her various statements to police or prosecutors. Kayla Montgomery testified that her husband repeatedly punched Harmony in the head because the girl had wet herself. She said her family, included the couple's 2 young sons, had been evicted and were living in a car at the time. According to Kayla, Adam punched Harmony at several stoplights as they drove from a methadone clinic to a fast food restaurant on the morning of December 7th, 2019. She also testified about handing food to the children without checking on Harmony. The subsequent discovery that the girl was dead and all the places she said her husband hid the body, including in a ceiling vent at a homeless shelter and the walk-in freezer at her husband's workplace. Kayla Montgomery testified that she didn't come forward about Harmony's death because she was afraid of her husband. I believe that's the end of that one. Well, yep, just making sure. Yep. Let me stop sharing this. Right quick, remove that from screen. So yeah, this case is very crazy. I'm actually looking up to see if they're trying to find the video of the news case. Just the video. They were searching for this child, and they have searched for her. To this day, I haven't seen that that they have found the baby's body. But I'm going to pause this right here. We're going to show this. Let me go ahead and share this one. I got to skip this ad, y'all. I'm going to share this one. Share this tab instead. Okay. Make sure it's showing. Add to stage. Good morning, Miss Tracy. We're going over a case right quick. I got to make sure I rewind that and turn up the volume.
Give up looking for her baby. Jean Crystal Sorry says she will never give up looking for her baby, as she puts it, but these searches do take an emotional toll. Now, this latest search happened at Mary O'Malley Park in Chelsea. Just a couple of volunteers showed up to help in the search, but Crystal says numbers aren't important. It's about bringing Harmony home. She says she chose this park because it's within the radius that prosecutors say Adam Montgomery could have visited when he rented a U-Haul in March of 2020. That is when prosecutors believe he disposed of Harmony's body. The volunteer who drove from Worcester says this case has touched her as Harmony resembled her daughter at a young age. Crystal says she wishes she could talk to Adam, as that might bring these searches to an end.
He still has that 1 ounce of control left over Harmony and I. And I feel like to induce more pain on me because he hates me so much, that he would tell me.
No matter what kind of teeth you gotta brush, Oral-B Electric cleans better with one simple touch.
Where she is.
And the anguish that that child had to live with and the pain is unbearable. And I just think that the evil she suffered and evil took her, but the devil doesn't get to win this round.
As you take a live look at the park here, well, Crystal hopes that this search will be successful along the waterfront. She has another search planned for October. Reporting live in Chelsea, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
And this is
They're still looking for, Harmony in this. It's sad that, they're still looking. And I'm really hopeful that they will find this child's remains, because that is just a sad situation. We're going to also look at the true crime. Let me make sure I pulled this up. Let's see. Yes, okay. We're going to share this. I'm going to play a little bit more so that people can be more informed. Let me present something so that, everything's cool. It's my copyright disclaimer. Under the copyright, we're doing this for educational purposes and whatnot. And that's what we're doing. Okay. Just had to put that on there, y'all. Just had to put that on there. Let me go ahead and play this video for y'all. I'm going to make it big screen. Make sure the volume's up.
Did you?
No.
And when you saw him put her in that duffel bag, did you attempt to get away, to run?
No,
Why not?
they had the 2 other kids, and I was scared.
Scared of?
That something would happen to me or Adam and the kids.
Adam Montgomery, a man accused of murdering his 5-year-old daughter Harmony, goes on trial. From chilling admissions to forensics to a potential alternative suspect, we have the full trial recap for you. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. Jesse Weber. On the Law and Crime Network, we were covering quite the trial out of New Hampshire. And I will tell you, it's a difficult one, very difficult one to say the least. It is the case of Adam Montgomery, the father accused of murdering his 5-year-old daughter, Harmony Montgomery, back in December of 2019, even though she wasn't declared missing until 2021. He was charged with second-degree murder, second-degree assault, falsifying physical evidence, abuse of a corpse, witness tampering. Now, here's the thing. What makes this all the more chilling is that Harmony's body, to this day, has never been found, which, as you know, can make a prosecutor's job very difficult. You don't have the body to analyze, to determine the exact cause of death or time of death and so forth. That's important for the prosecution. Now, we are going to do a full trial recap for you right now, including what evidence the prosecution had against Montgomery and what the defense was that was presented in this case. But what makes this case legally interesting is what Montgomery chose to do. You see, while he pled not guilty to the murder charge, he actually admitted to falsifying evidence and abuse of the corpse. So in other words, as you'll see, he admits he helped dispose of Harmony's remains, but says he is not the killer. Okay, let's start off with opening statements. And I say it all the time. The opening statements are each side's attempt to lay out a roadmap, a guide of where the case is going to go. So let's start this off with prosecutor Christopher Knowles.
Where is Harmony? When people across this nation, from Florida all the way up to Alaska and everywhere in between, were looking for Harmony, there's one person who is not. One person. The one person who should have been looking for Harmony was not. Her biological father, that defendant that you saw 2 days ago, he wasn't looking for her, and in fact, he was hoping that she wouldn't be found. His concern was not with finding this innocent 5-year-old girl. His concern was that she would be found. On December 7th, 2019, the defendant beat Harmony to death because she had a bathroom accident, something she had no control over. She'd peed her pants, and he murdered her in a series of attacks, of brutal strikes that began that morning in the car that she was living out of and ended in the Burger King parking lot that you all saw yesterday on The View. He carried her body with him for months. For months, he carried her body, and he discarded her with zero appreciation for the life that he'd taken, just a fear of being caught. And in the months that followed, he beat, he injured, he terrorized the only witness to his crime, the only person that could come in here and tell you what he did. She was his loose end, Kayla Montgomery, his wife. He conditioned Kayla through force and through threats with the purpose of making sure that she would never come in here and tell you what she'd seen, what he did.
Just a brutal, brutal story laid out by the prosecution, that he beat his own 5-year-old daughter to death because she had an accident, and that he moved her remains from place to place and tried to discard the body in different ways. This is what we're dealing with. I say it all the time, but this is what we're dealing with, which we're going to get into that part too. And by the way, you also heard about Kayla Montgomery. So this is an eyewitness to the murder, and he had to keep her quiet. And speaking of Kayla Montgomery, as you will hear from the defense, that is who they pin the blame on when it comes to Harmony. So is Kayla Montgomery perhaps responsible for Harmony's death? Here's Montgomery's defense attorney, James Brooks.
Adam Montgomery did not kill Harmony. Adam Montgomery did not beat Harmony in the head as he approached the Burger King drive-thru. Adam Montgomery did not cause Harmony's death. Kayla Montgomery was the last person to see Harmony alive and know how Harmony died. But she didn't come clean with Adam. She didn't come clean with the police. And she will not come clean with you. She is still lying about the cause of Harmony's death. Even though Kayla now has her deal with the state, she continues to lie. The only reason Kayla has to lie now is to protect herself. The only reason she has to lie and point the finger at Adam is because the truth points the finger at her. The only reason Kayla has to lie to make Harmony's death so brutal and foul by Adam is to hide that Adam was protecting Kayla, his wife, and the mother of his kids. Now look, I'm not pretending that Adam isn't innocent here. Adam is not an innocent here. He and Kayla covered up Harmony's death. He's not an innocent here. He and Kayla moved Harmony's body from place to place to keep it hidden.
What defense attorney Brooks is saying is that Adam is basically the fall guy, right? That he's being blamed for what his estranged wife did and said. But look, he is admitting to participating in the cover-up, and that can be an effective strategy at trial, by the way. You tell the jury, listen, it's not as if I'm saying I'm not guilty to everything. I'm admitting to covering up the death of my own daughter. If I'm admitting that, doesn't that show how credible I am when I tell you I am not the one who killed her? And as you'll see, the evidence of the cover-up is pretty blatant. So maybe he didn't really have a choice but to admit this. So keep that in mind. But also you should keep in mind, what evidence do we have that he was the one who actually killed Harmony Montgomery? We will talk about that. And by the way, Kayla Montgomery, she pled guilty to perjury for lying about where she was. She's serving an 18-month prison sentence. So is she credible? Is she just saying what she has to say to help prosecutors? We're going to get into that too. But after the opening statements, we had witness testimony. And let me just start off with Crystal Sorey. This is Harmony's biological mother. She lost custody of Harmony. She had drug addiction issues. But she testified that the last time she saw her daughter Harmony was April of 2019, and that she was trying desperately to reach out to Adam and Kayla to see Harmony.
Did you continue these efforts you talked about before, trying to get in touch with Adam?
Yes.
And what about September of 2019? Were you trying to get in touch with Adam then?
Yes.
What about October and November of 2019? Were you trying to get in touch with Adam then?
Yes.
Christmas of 2019?
Yes.
Get in touch with him then?
Yes.
Were any of those successful?
No.
Did you see or hear from Harmony at all during that time period?
No.
What about the following year, in the year 2020? Did you try to get a hold of Adam and Harmony?
Yes, I had made a new Facebook hoping, because he had blocked me and so did Kayla. I was hoping to get through to him that way.
So heartbreaking. And you hear her getting particularly emotional when talking about Christmas 2019, as that was around the time the prosecutors say Adam Montgomery murdered Harmony. But now let's actually get to the state's key witness, Kayla. Kayla Montgomery, the defendant's estranged wife, Harmony's stepmother, an eyewitness to the murder. And it was interesting because the prosecution got out in front of a very bad fact about Kayla before the defense could even jump on it, that she is in prison.
Kayla, why are you currently incarcerated?
For perjury, for lying on to the jury about the whereabouts of where I was and where Harmony was.
And when you say lying to the jury, was that the grand jury?
Yes.
Did you also lie to the police?
Yes.
Why'd you do that?
Because I was scared and I was told by Adam to stick with that story, that I got dropped off at work at Dunkin' Donuts, where I no longer worked at that time, and to say that he was bringing Harmony to meet her mother, Crystal, and that he dropped her off with her. And then when he came and picked me up from work, which I was not working there at the time, he didn't have her in the car, which that was a lie.
That theme that she lied, that she covered up for Adam Montgomery because she was afraid of him, that is going to be very big moving forward in this case. In fact, a Roseanne Smith would testify in this trial. She drove Adam and his family to methadone clinic appointments, and she observed Kayla with a badly bruised black eye that began to swell. She hadn't noticed that before. Was Kayla being abused by Adam? Did she have a reasonable fear for her life if she didn't help him? That's what the jury had to consider. But going back to the lies that Kayla Montgomery told the grand jury, if that's not what happened to Harmony, what did?
And Kayla, I want you to walk the jurors through in as much detail as you can what happened on your route from Habit Opco to that Burger King.
Adam was getting really angry from Harmony peeing in the car, and he repetitively kept punching her on the way to Burger King, and there were a couple red lights, and when we were at red lights, he would go over the driver's seat, like in between the passenger seat, and he was just punching her repetitively in the head.
You said she was making a weird noise.
Yes.
Can you describe it?
It was like, I can't even describe it. It was like a moaning kind of noise, but crying. It was just weird. I can't explain it.
Did you try to help Harmony while he was striking her?
Yes.
Tell the jurors what you did to help, to try to help.
I put my arm up and said to stop, but he looks at me and he gave me this look that was like evil. His crazy eyes. I didn't like it, and I couldn't stop him from hitting her, because the look that he gave me was scary. I was scared.
What were you feeling when he looked at you like that?
Like he was either gonna hit me or just, I don't know. It was weird.
Shortly after that, did he say anything to you when he stopped?
He said he thinks that he really hurt her.
When you say Harmony had passed away, when did you realize that Harmony had passed away?
When Adam was trying to wake her up and she didn't reply or anything. He took the duffel bag that was in the trunk and put her in the duffel bag.
Yeah, that is tough to listen to. And Kayla, she testified that she witnessed the defendant physically abuse Harmony in the past as well. But it was after this specific incident, she says, this is what killed this little girl. It's chilling. It's chilling. And as to why she never did anything?
Did he call 911 at any point?
No.
Did you?
No.
And when you saw him put her in that duffel bag, did you attempt to get away, to run?
No.
Why not?
They had the two other kids and I was scared.
Scared of?
Something would happen to me or Adam and the kids.
And that leads me to what she claims Adam did to Harmony. So first, she said he put her body in a snowbank, but then over time, as Adam and Kayla and their two young children lived from place to place, Harmony's remains would be moved as well. For instance, when they stayed at a hotel, she claims Adam put his own daughter's body in the fridge. When they were living in a car, she claims Adam put Harmony in the trunk, then moved it to a dumpster. And at one point, they find themselves at a family shelter and he allegedly put Harmony in the ceiling, in the vent. Kayla even testified that she witnessed Adam trying to thaw Harmony's body in a bathtub and use lime. Just really, really graphic, disturbing stuff here. By the way, what do the stories we cover make clear?
I don't remember.
You said that Badero saw Harmony probably every day, but now you're saying it's probably every couple of days?
Yes.
And after you said that to the prosecutor, do you remember actually addressing the fact that you said that you hadn't seen Harmony after November 30th?
No.
You said that the state asked you about Adam being pure evil, right?
Yes.
And that's what you said you saw in Adam at the time that you say that he was beating Harmony.
Yes.
And you're saying that a child was beaten to death beside you, looking like pure evil, and you continued on with your children and your life with Adam.
Yeah, but it wasn't okay.
Okay. And you did nothing about Harmony's death.
No, I asked him to stop and he didn't.
Okay. I'm talking about after Harmony was died, you continued on with your life, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't okay. It was abusive.
Okay. And you don't like that, abusive, right?
Right.
And you would not approve of abusive behavior.
Well, I was taking it.
Okay.
When I shouldn't have. It took a while for me to just leave him. It's really hard.
So a lot of questions about her credibility and her motivations. I mean, defense counsel even brought up these conflicts that Kayla had had with Adam, including that she was jealous. And look, not ideal. The prosecution's star witness is someone who admitted to lying to another jury, the grand jury in this case. But prosecutors would say, look, you don't pick and choose your witnesses. Some are not perfect. However, there are important questions of whether she is admitting the truth now or covering up what she did. That's the defense's goal, raising reasonable doubt. Now, more specifically, how can we be sure of what Kayla Montgomery testified to, that Adam is the killer and tried to dispose of Harmony's body? How do we know that's true? Well, we heard other evidence. We heard from Detective Max Rahill from the Manchester Police Department.
We were looking for lime purchases.
Why were you looking for lime purchases?
Due to a statement made by Kayla Montgomery.
Can you tell us what that is?
Yes, so this is the receipt from a transaction at Home Depot on March Ave.
Does that receipt tell you the amount?
Yes.
Can you just quote them out to the jurors?
Yes, it was $396.35.
And it says cash there.
Yes.
What's your understanding of what that means?
So the transaction was paid with cash, $400 in cash.
What's your understanding of the size of the lime bag that was purchased?
It was a 40-pound lime bag.
40 pounds?
Yes.
And what additional items were purchased during that transaction?
So there was a Milwaukee M18 fuel grinder, which is also known as an angle grinder, size 4.5 blade. There was also a Diablo 4.5 blade purchase and an M18 Milwaukee battery.
So the idea here, 2 months after Adam Montgomery kills his daughter, it looks like he and Kayla are purchasing these supplies to get rid of her body. That helps to back up Kayla Montgomery's story, right? Well, then we heard from the maintenance worker for a building where Adam, Kayla, and their kids were staying, and he was called to their apartment about an issue with the bathtub. Remember, Kayla testified that Adam Montgomery had tried to dismember Harmony in that bathtub using lime and tools.
What kind of work did you do at that point?
Oh, the guy called about his tub not draining. I knocked on his door. I met him in the kitchen, went around to the bathroom, noticed that the overflow plate where the drain lever is was missing a screw turned sideways. And he said the drain did not drain.
Where is Adam Montgomery?
Right outside the bathroom door.
Okay. And are you guys talking at all during that time?
Not really. He's doing more pacing than talking. So
More pacing than talking.
yeah, he was just kind of waiting for us to finish.
Suspicious? I would say so. Now, we also heard about other forensic evidence in this case. We heard from Martin Olowitz. This is a criminologist with the State Police Forensic Laboratory, and he testified about IDing Adam Montgomery's fingerprints on the vent in the ceiling where Adam was accused of storing Harmony's body for a period of time. The matches included multiple fingers and a palm print of the defendant. And this was backed up by the testimony of Alan Aykroyd Isales, a senior DNA analyst with DNA Labs International, who testified that Harmony's DNA matched the material found on the ceiling tiles. So important evidence. But here's an example of how the defense pushed back on that when they questioned this DNA analyst.
So you can't conclusively say that Harmony Montgomery is the source of the DNA on the sheetrock or the rails, but the probability is very, very high.
That's fair to say.
So if the sheetrock and the metal rails came together and the DNA that was on both of them was from the same source, can we conclude that there was only one source on the sheetrock?
Well, no, because I can't speak for how people in the past might have touched these various items or who made what kind of contact or how DNA came to be on an item. I simply can't speak to the activity that led to DNA ending up on an item of evidence.
So not 100% definitive, not clear how DNA ends up somewhere. But either way, remember, if you take the defense's argument that Adam Montgomery didn't kill Harmony but disposed of her body, then it wouldn't be surprising that her DNA or his fingerprints would be on these places, right? Does it show that he committed the killing? What does show that he committed the killing? Let's talk a little bit about a major piece of testimony in this case, that of Travis Beach. So prosecutors argued that Beach is one of the several people that helped Adam Montgomery rent the U-Haul van that I mentioned earlier, the van that prosecutors say Montgomery used to ultimately dispose of the remains of his daughter, remains that were never found, this in March of 2020. In fact, toll records presented by the prosecution show the U-Haul van driving over the Tobin Bridge in Boston, Massachusetts, going both north and south on March 4th. But back to Mr. Beach. Listen to this alleged statement made by the defendant, a real bombshell.
Can you tell the jurors where you were when you gave him the keys and what specifically he told you?
Myself and Brittany Bedard gave the keys to Adam Montgomery, which he was staying at the Econo Lodge on the first floor. After that, Adam Montgomery and myself went outside to smoke a cigarette. He was pacing back and forth. He said he effed up, and I asked him what he meant, and all he could say and repeat was he effed up. And I'm not sure.
And you said he repeated that?
Yes, sir.
How many times did he repeat?
4 or 5 times.
When you say F, did he actually say the word?
Yes, sir.
Did you ask him to clarify?
I did, and he did not.
Did he say anything when you asked him to clarify?
All he kept saying was that I f***ed up.
Now, keep in mind as you listen to that statement that Beach said that he was doing drugs with Adam before this statement was made. They were doing cocaine, more specifically. But if the jury accepts that Montgomery said that, definitely helps that Adam is the killer. Now, one more frightening alleged admission from the defendant, though, we have to talk about. And this comes from his friend, Rebecca Maines.
At the time in 2021, did you ever talk with Adam Montgomery about a daughter named Harmony?
I did.
Okay. Where did he say she was living in 2021 when you talked with him?
He told me that he dropped her off to her mother in 2019 at a rest area.
What did he say about how often he was seeing her back in 2021?
He said her mother would not allow him to see her and that he had been trying for some time.
What did he say about why he decided to send Harmony back to her mother?
Because she continually.
Did he ever tell you about a physical incident between himself and Harmony?
He did. He was in the bathroom and he had walked out to find Harmony with her hands over the baby's mouth and nose, and that the baby was not breathing and turning blue. And he said he saw red and he just backhanded her.
Finally, with regards to what the defendant stated to you about Harmony, what, if anything, did he ever say, or I'm sorry, who, if anyone, did he ever say Harmony reminded him of?
Her mother.
Her mother?
Her mother.
And did he tell you how that made him feel?
He said he hated her right to his core.
So first, obviously, this prior alleged abuse of Harmony is consistent with what we heard from other testimony and the fact that he brought up this idea of her having accidents in her pants, which the prosecution says is what drove him over the edge to kill Harmony. This is very important testimony. And then to hear that he hated the mother, if the jury believes that, definitely helps create a further understanding of why he had so much anger.
Kayla used to describe how Adam approached his child when he discovered that she was dead. Kayla used words that were the truth sometimes to fill in her lies. Those words were from a real memory of how Adam was speaking. Adam is no innocent. Shortly after he discovered that his baby girl would not wake up again, he began a series of decisions, terrible and criminal decisions. He made them with a very misguided belief that he had to make them to keep his family from being ripped apart. And he made those decisions with the input and influence of his wife, Kayla. He did make those choices, and you will hold him accountable for those choices. But he did not do this to hide that he killed Harmony, because he did not kill Harmony. So Kayla decided to lie about Harmony's death, to accuse Adam of something that he did not do, to get herself out of her own problems. And what better way than to pick an accusation that had already been made? Adam was already arrested and in jail for an allegation of striking Harmony, a tale that he had struck her and given her black eyes. That became the groundwork for Kayla's own lies. She had to lie because the truth would point to her. But I want you to consider which is more likely, that a mother of her own children and a caretaker by all accounts, a loving and joyful girl she is taking care of, would stand by and protect a man who brutally beat time and time again in front of her and her own children, that beautiful child? Or would a father who failed in his responsibility to care for that beautiful child, would he stand by his wife because he did not know how Harmony died?
So he was covering up for his wife. She is the liar. She is accusing him to get out of her own legal issues. Okay, here is the prosecution's response in their closing argument.
I up. Again and again and again. I up. I up. That's what the defendant, his language that he used when he told Travis Beach the night he got the U-Haul, the night that he disappeared Harmony's body, to whatever place it is now, where he knows it is right now to this day, his words, I up. Not she, not we, not Kayla, I up. You heard from Kayla 2 days from Kayla, and all of the other witnesses that corroborate her, how he beat Harmony, this 35-pound child. And you heard from all those witnesses, especially Kayla, about why he beat Harmony to death, when he beat Harmony, and how he beat Harmony. And you vetted what she had to say. Corroborated in ways that we'll explore that the witness never could have possibly known there was other evidence out there that supported them. And then beat and manipulated and controlled Kayla afterwards to make sure that she stuck to the story so he would not be held accountable and the evidence of his crimes would not be found. So when he says that you can find him guilty of these, understand that these two are but a part of the whole of his criminality, of how he murdered Harmony as well. He's a murderer. That's getting rid of evidence. That's what murderers do. They silence witnesses into staying silent or even perjuring themselves. They don't mind abusing the body so that the evidence of how their victim was murdered can never be found or used against them. They clean bathrooms with ammonia after they get rid of the evidence, like this defendant did. They clean out the plumbing lines, like this defendant wanted to do. They desecrate and hide the dead so that the body cannot tell the story of how they died to the living. That's what murderers do. That's what the defendant did.
Kayla, not a perfect witness, but she's telling the truth. He may be acknowledging a role in covering up Harmony's death, but that shows that he is the murderer. Look at all the other corroborating evidence. Well, after about 6 hours of deliberations over 2 days, here was the jury's verdict.
As to charge ID 202-7112C, charging the defendant, Adam Montgomery, with the crime of second-degree murder. Do you find the defendant guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
So, yes, he was found guilty of murder and all of the other charges as well. Little side note here, Montgomery chose to not actually be in the courtroom for the trial, so we didn't get his reaction there. He is already serving a 30-year prison sentence on an unrelated gun conviction, by the way. But here for murder and other charges, he will be sentenced on May 9th. He faces 35 years to life in prison. And it is our understanding that victim impact statements will be allowed in court as well, which, considering the death of this 5-year-old girl, will probably be very difficult, very emotional, but very important to hear nonetheless. All right, everybody, that is all we have for you here on Sidebar. Thank you so much for joining us.
So that's the video that they have of what happened at the trial. Hey, Creole Butterfly. Good morning. Good morning. We're covering the case of Harmony Montgomery. She was declared legally dead on March 12th, 2024. A lot of this we've already went over, but I also thought we would cover right here. Harmony Renee Montgomery was born on June 7th, 2014 to Crystal Sorey and Adam Montgomery. Because of her parents' issues with substance abuse, Harmony was placed into foster care with Tim and Michelle Rafferty. At 2 months old, Harmony was partially blind in her left eye and had special behavioral needs. Her brother Jameson was born in 2016. Harmony took on the role of big sister who took care of her brother during foster care, according to her foster mother, who said Harmony was a social, intelligent, and happy child. In 2018, Sorey lost custody of Harmony, and her brother Jameson was later adopted by Blair Miller and Jonathan Bobbitt Miller, who went on to state that Jameson missed his sister and was distressed to learn about her disappearance. In 2019, Adam Montgomery was awarded full custody of Harmony by Judge Mark Newman. Adam was living with his wife Kayla and their 2 sons in New Hampshire at the time. Harmony was subjected to beatings and abuse by her father. When Adam's uncle Kevin Montgomery noticed that Harmony had a black eye after visiting from Florida, Adam allegedly told him that he bashed her around. Kevin contacted Child Protective Service agencies to report the abuse, but nothing came of it. In late 2019, the Montgomerys were evicted from their home and began to live in a homeless shelter. Adam continued beating Harmony, who had trouble with toilet training. After beating her to death, Adam hid her body in a duffel bag. On March 12, 2024, a New Hampshire judge granted Harmony's mother, Crystal Sorey's request to have Harmony declared legally dead to Adam Montgomery's confession to abusing her corpse. Harmony's mother, Crystal Sorey, became concerned when Adam didn't bring her to visit for Thanksgiving. She questioned him on Facebook about Harmony, but he blocked her. Sorey then filed a missing persons report for her daughter. Adam Montgomery, meanwhile, claimed that Harmony was living with her mother. In December of 2021, the Manchester Police Department held a press conference about the case. While cooperating with New Hampshire authorities, police also interviewed Michael Montgomery, Adam's brother, who said he had witnessed his brother's abusive nature towards Harmony. On August 11, 2022, Manchester Police Chief Alan Allenberg and New Hampshire Attorney General John Formanella stated they believed that Montgomery was dead and that her father had murdered her. On February 22nd, 2024, Adam Montgomery was found guilty of second-degree murder and falsifying physical evidence by the jury. He was sentenced to 45 years to life in prison on May 9th, 2024, with the sentence to be served consecutively with his sentence he had already serving for unrelated weapons charge. So he has been sentenced in the case. The child now, they've still yet to ever find her body, even to this day. And I know that for her family, there is no justice exactly, but there is some. He did get convicted, but they still have yet to be able to bury this baby's body. So right now, wherever you are in this world, Harmony, wherever your body may be, I hope that you find peace and that you're up in heaven playing, and or whatever people may believe. I'm hoping that she is at peace, because this was no way for a child to have to pass away. Nobody ever wants to see this happen to a child, right? And it's super sad, and it's a sad situation. I would stay on today for us to talk about the case like I usually do, but I do have things to get to today. I have to go pay bills. I will say that Big Riggs, I'm going to share his link. He will be going live sometime later today for, he's a person that came into the sector, but he came in correctly, been very supportive of a lot of people. So, I'm going to make sure that he is shared out when he does go live. And then right now I'm actually going to see, I saw that VS went live a while ago, and I'm going to watch her replay. I believe she's still live. Let me make sure. I'll tell you who all's live. I say everybody that's live, whether you like me, dislike me, whatever. I try to give the people a chance to go with who they're going to. VS is live. Ness is live. Room Shaker is live. The Good Putty Cat is live. Jackie O the Baddest is live. Miss View is a View is live. Raw B Privileged is live. So I was telling who's live right now. VS Icon is live, saying the podcast is respectfully over, talking about that situation. So if y'all would like to go over there, the Good Putty Cat's live. I'm trying to make sure that everybody, it's told who is live. Hey, Miss Tiva, we were just talking about the Harmony Montgomery case. If you come in a little later, I will be ending very soon, because I got to go take a shower and take care of bills and take care of my parents. I'm gonna again say that this Friday, Duchess Kelly Love is doing the What's the Next Line challenge. It's going to be a music challenge. He's going to play a song, and you have to say what the next line of the song is. The pot right now is at $120. So he's going to do it that way. And then Miss Creole Butterfly will be doing her Loaded Toast challenge this next Saturday. Miss Dovey is going to be doing trying to scroll back up so I can see. I don't know if I'll be able to do it when she posted in the chat earlier about her challenge. Let me see. I'm looking so that I can get it. Let's see, where did Miss W's name go? But Miss Dovey is doing a pumpkin covering contest. So keep an eye on her wall. I hope everyone has a blessed day. I'm sorry if it wasn't as salacious as I normally do and all that. I did have a lot to do today, so I was, just a little busy, just a little. I hope that everyone has an amazing day. I would jump over to VS Icon if I were you, if you want to know what's going on with the podcast between her and ZX. I'm not sure. I did not see that anybody else, It's okay, Creole Beautiful. So I'm going to go ahead and post that live link if y'all want to go over there. And then also Ness is live, Room Shaker is live, The Good Putty Cat, Sco Mysterious, Jackie O the Baddest, Law and Crime Network is live right now. If you want to watch that, A View is a View is live, Raw Be Privileged. And also, let's see if her video is live. Miss Unwind with Messy made 2 beautiful videos. I'm going to share those links in the chat right quick. She made some beautiful videos. I think she has really great potential and a lot. Like her videos are amazing. She has great content. So I'm sharing them. She made them. If y'all could subscribe, Miss Unwind with Messy. I'm posting those 2 video links in the chat box here. Y'all have a blessed and beautiful day. I'm going to get on with mine. I hope everyone has a amazing time. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play my outro. Love y'all. Much love.
I'm from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm repping my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm repping my hood to the day that I go. From the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm repping my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction. This was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding. Come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Adder Street.
I'm from the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm repping my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go. From the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm ripping my hood, so love I'm gon' show. From the T-U-B-E-L-O. I'm ripping my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction. This was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding. Come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Adder Street.